Hey everyone, welcome back to CreativeSoft YouTube channel. And today we're going to be talking about indie game dev stuff. So what is CreativeSoft? Well, creative software. It's a small website I run where I post my small games and projects. It really is just a hobby and something I like to do for fun. So when it comes to equipment, it's pretty basic with me. I have a MacBook Pro M1 and I also have a desktop tower gaming PC. So my name is Chris, and I've been doing this since late 2014, just on and off trying to build anything I could. Before that, the only thing I probably would have written is maybe like a Hello World program in C, something like everyone's first program, Hello World, but nothing serious, that's for sure. I guess the reason I got into it because like everyone else, I like video games. I found it fun. Look, how do you do that? And it wasn't straightforward, that's for sure. I mean, nowadays you have all these amazing engines. You have Unity, you have Unreal, you have Godot, Game Maker, RPG Maker, just to name a few. So it's more accessible than it was when I was growing up, in a sense. What game engine do I personally use to build my small little games? And the answer to that is Unity. It's something I've been using for a very long time. It's what I feel comfortable in. I've used all the other engines. I've dabbled in other engines. I just like Unity. It's just a personal choice, really. I do use Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code, both on the Mac and on Windows. Great pieces of software to have. I also another piece of equipment, if you can call it that, is a good old pen and paper. It's fast, it's efficient. I prefer to write stuff down. I'm not too big on the digital notebooks, and I do prefer physical media in my hand. So one thing I am not is an artist. I'm not gonna model, I'm not gonna draw. I can only wear so many hats that it's one I'm just okay with not wearing. So most of my art assets come from online free resources. There's open game art. You can look at itch.io for free assets. Just gotta look around and just piece it together and see what you want to build. Most of my ideas are just things I want to build, things I find fun. That's it. So for instance, we were shopping at Walmart one time, and there's like a little $5 section rack there, and I like to look at it, see what little goodies and knickknacks they had. And they have like this little claw machine, which I found kind of interesting. Like, oh, what could I build this in software? Like, I've yet to do it, but it's, I mean, ideas can come anywhere, really. I am a self-taught programmer, and one of the first languages I took seriously was C. It was actually the C Primer Plus book, which I'm sure you could find on Amazon. And I just worked my way through that book, did most of the examples in the back, and solved whatever I needed to. It helped because after that, you can just take any other language and sort of read the syntax and learn from it, and then stack what you already previously knew on top of the other. So in a way, it does become a little bit easier, but these days I mostly like programming in C#, obviously because of Unity. I'm not going to say I'm some guru or know everything. I keep my coding to a very simplistic style, but I'm always trying to constantly learn new things or how to incorporate new things where I feel fit. So as far as project counts go, I probably have at least over 8 projects I've finished and completed, and a graveyard of prototypes, that's for sure. As far as these releases go, they were on my website at one point, but I took them down recently only because the code is so crusty, and these are versions of Unity that just might have issues with if I import them to a newer version. So at some point I do want to get around to maybe re-releasing them, but for now they're still on my website somewhere, but all you can do is just view them, almost like a gallery, graveyard gallery. So I guess one question that could be asked is, how hard is it? Well, it's not a matter how hard it is, it's a matter of how much dedication do you have for it. Because you will be frustrated at times, and the amount of times I wanted to give up, I could easily just retire. And you have to persevere. You have to keep marching forward. Some things might not work the way you want them to, and it's cool. Step back, take a break, and then come back to it. Well, that's pretty much it for now. I think for my next video, I'm maybe gonna walk us through one of my game projects. We could see where it started and how it ended up, and take it from there. So if you liked this video, hit the like button. If you would like to see more in the future, subscribe. Thanks.